High Admiral Voxtier of the Galactic hegemony stood ramrod straight on the command deck of the Inevitable Dominance, the flagship of the hegemony's 7th Fleet. His iridescent scales shimmered with barely contained rage as he stared at the tactical display. The human vessel's primitive, unrefined things hung in space before his armada, apparently unconcerned by the overwhelming firepower aimed at them. "They mock us," he hissed to his second-in-command. "These mammals have the audacity to laugh in the face of extinction." Commander Zilva's head crest flattened in submission. "The humans have issued no response to our ultimatum, High Admiral. They simply maintain position." The standoff had begun 3 galactic standard days ago, when the hegemony, having finally tired of human expansion along the Perseus Arm, deployed its most formidable fleet to the border system of Proxima Centauri. The message was clear: withdraw all colonial operations or face annihilation. But instead of retreating or mounting a desperate defense, the humans had sent 5 vessels, not warships by any recognizable standard, to greet the hegemony fleet. "Open communication channels again," Voxtier ordered. "I want to see their faces when I explain exactly how they will die." The main view screen flickered to life, revealing the bridge of the lead human vessel. Captain Elena Rodriguez sat casually in her command chair, one leg crossed over the other, a cup of what humans called coffee in her hand. Behind her, the bridge crew went about their duties with an infuriating lack of urgency. High Admiral Rodriguez nodded pleasantly. "Still upset, I see. Have you reconsidered our invitation?" Voxtier's tail lashed violently. "You dare address me as if we are equals? Your species will be fortunate to be remembered as a footnote in the grand history of the hegemony." Rodriguez sipped her coffee and smiled. "You know, when we first encountered alien life, humanity expected either transcendent wisdom or implacable hostility. It's refreshing to instead find the cosmic equivalent of a schoolyard bully." Several of the human bridge crew chuckled audibly. "You find annihilation amusing?" Voxtier's voice dropped dangerously. "No," Rodriguez replied, setting down her cup. "We find your assumption that you could annihilate us amusing. But more than that, we find it sad. That's why we've come with an invitation rather than a fleet. Your pathetic vessels would not register as a threat even to our atmospheric patrol craft," Voxtier snarled. Commander Thomas Chen, Rodriguez's tactical officer, leaned into the frame. "That's by design, Admiral. These are diplomatic vessels, not warships. We didn't want to intimidate you." More laughter rippled through the human bridge. Fury overwhelmed Voxtier's caution. "Weapons officer, target their lead vessel and fire." The hegemony's most advanced disruptor beam lanced out, connecting squarely with the human ship. The expected explosion never came. Instead, the beam seemed to bend around the vessel, dissipating harmlessly into space. Silence fell on the hegemony bridge. "I apologize for the light show," Rodriguez said, not looking remotely apologetic. "Our deflection fields tend to create that effect. Very pretty, though." "Impossible," whispered Commander Zilva. "Our intelligence indicated humans were at least 30 cycles from developing such technology." "Your intelligence was correct," Chen confirmed with a nod. 30 cycles ago, that would have vaporized us. We learned quickly." Rodriguez leaned forward. "High Admiral, humanity does not want war. We never have. That's why we're inviting hegemony representatives to Earth for diplomatic talks. Our ships aren't armed because we wanted to demonstrate our peaceful intentions." "Then you are fools," Voxtier recovered enough to sneer. "No," Rodriguez countered softly. "We're showing restraint. Because the alternative—" She gestured to someone off-screen. The tactical display on the hegemony bridge suddenly blazed with new signals, hundreds of them, appearing from nowhere, surrounding the 7th Fleet in a perfect sphere of previously invisible vessels. We developed cloaking technology about 15 years ago, Rodriguez explained conversationally. Very useful for observation and defense when needed. Voxtire's scales had paled to a sickly white. This is deception. This is reality, Rodriguez corrected. The hegemony has conquered 37 species by showing up with overwhelming force and demanding submission. It's worked because none of those species had developed past a certain point. Humanity passed that point, while you were still debating whether we were worth the trouble of conquest. Chen added, "We could have met your fleet with our own. Instead, we came to talk. That's the difference between us, Admiral. You see strength as the ability to destroy. We see it as the ability to choose not to." Rodriguez stood. "Our coordinates for diplomatic contact have been transmitted to your systems. We hope to welcome hegemony representatives soon. Until then, we'll give you space to reconsider your approach." As the human vessels turned and accelerated away far faster than should have been possible, the surrounding Phantom fleet vanished as suddenly as it had appeared. "Orders, High Admiral?" Commander Silva ventured after a long moment. Voxtire stared at the retreating human ships. For the first time in his illustrious career, he felt something alien and uncomfortable: doubt. "Contact the Imperial Council," he said quietly. "Inform them that diplomatic recalibration may be advisable." Around him, the bridge crew worked in stunned silence, while somewhere beyond, humans couldn't help but chuckle at the universe's newest revelation. Bullies never expect their targets to bite back.